All right, so yeah, number 6 here. We have f of x equals 1 over x minus 3. By the way, people at home, this is what we're doing until you get to work time. So if you don't have any questions, you don't feel like you'd benefit from this, then go ahead and you can, log off or just get to work or whatever. Don't feel like you're gonna hurt my feelings. So all right, we're gonna do step 1. Step 1 is this: find f of x plus h. I think that's what it is. So that is going to be 1 divided by, I'm going to run out of space. This is not going to be good. 1 divided by x plus h minus 3. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Step 2. Find f of x plus h minus f of x. Well, there's not going to be a lot to do there. In fact, I'm switching to another sheet of paper. I have to use a much larger writing utensil than you guys here. So we want this: f of x plus h minus f of x. That is going to be 1 divided by x plus h minus 3 minus 1 over x minus 3. Are we good so far?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
I was just saying you could move the paper down, but
Oh yeah,
it's fine.
sure. Yep. Okay. So now isn't this the step where I'm supposed to be like, is there an h in each term or something like that? Yeah, there's not, right? That's bad. Okay, so how are we going to fix that? Well, really the only option that I have here is the common denominator. And you think about different options. Multiplying by the conjugate, you think about factoring and simplifying from there. None of those options are really open to us. Really our only choice is common denominator and hope that things cancel out once we do the simplification. So let's find a common denominator. The way I like to think about this is, this denominator has an x plus h minus 3. It does not have an x minus 3. We should give it an x minus 3. But we can't just write x minus 3. We have to be a little bit more careful than that. We have to put an x minus 3 in the numerator as well, so that we have, we're just multiplying by 1. Okay? This is number 6, step 2. All right, anyway, then over here, I notice that I've got x minus 3, but I don't have an x plus h minus 3. So I will give it an x plus h minus 3, but I have to do it on top and bottom. Okay. Oh yeah, I made it. Yeah, that was that felt good after yesterday's paper balls that didn't go in the trash can. All right. All right, so let's clean this up. First thing is, we have a common denominator now, so I'm just going to write that. So I have x plus h minus 3 times x minus 3. That's my denominator. And then I have on top, I'm going to have x minus 3 minus, sorry, this got a little poorly written here, but x minus 3 minus this expression. So it'll look like this: x minus 3 minus, in parentheses, x plus h minus 3. Very easy to make a mistake with negative signs here, so you all make sure that I don't. X minus 3 minus x minus h plus 3. I didn't need to write those parentheses, I guess, in hindsight. Okay, hopefully some things will cancel out here. So I have x minus x. Oh, that's good. Negative 3 plus 3. Oh, that's good. That's 0. I'll be left with negative h. Okay. Fantastic. Oh, sorry. Is that all right? Okay. So I end up with this: negative h, x plus h minus 3x minus 3. Wonderful. That's it. That's good, right? Because that's one term. Is there an h in each term? Yeah, there's one. One h as a factor of the one term, so we're good. All right, so step 3 then. Let's see, what was that? It was divide by h, right? So it was take negative h over x plus h minus 3 times x minus 3 and divide by h. I'm going to just write, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to write that as the same as that, right? So dividing by h is the same as multiplying by 1 over h. Same thing like if you're dividing by 2, that's the same thing as multiplying by a half. All right, so I'm going to write it like that. And it's easier to see that this h over h is going to simplify to be just 1 over 1. And I'll end up with this expression in number 3. Negative 1 over x plus h minus 3 times x minus 3. By the way, leave that in factor form. There's no reason to multiply this out. You should only multiply something like this out if there's a good reason to. Otherwise, usually factored form is preferable. Oh, sorry, they could not see that in the video anyway. So, last step, 4, take the limit. Limit as h approaches 0 of negative 1 divided by x plus h minus 3, x minus 3. Okay, now we're good. If I plug in 0 using direct substitution, this is what I end up with. Negative 1 divided by x, so this will just be x minus 3, and then there'll be two of them, right? So it'll be x minus 3 and x minus 3. So x minus 3 squared. And so to sum up our final answer here, then what we actually found is we found the derivative of f. F prime of x is equal to negative 1 divided by x minus 3 squared. Questions?